The boutique was buzzing with activity when an elderly black woman walked in, her presence understated but confident. Clutching a modest purse, she browsed the designer handbags, catching the attention of an arrogant salesman. Dismissing her as someone who didn't belong, he treated her with condescension, refusing to offer genuine assistance. But as she calmly asked to purchase an expensive bag and revealed the contents of her purse, the room fell silent. What emerged was a revelation that shattered the salesman's assumptions and left him humiliated. This wasn't just a customer, she was someone far beyond what anyone in the store imagined. What followed was a lesson in humility, respect, and the true meaning of worth. The luxury boutique gleamed with opulence, its glass cases filled with designer handbags, glittering jewelry, and high-end apparel. The scent of expensive perfume lingered in the air as well-heeled customers moved through the store, attended to by attentive sales associates, eager to secure commission. Among them was Jordan, a young, arrogant salesman known for his sharp suits, smooth-talking demeanor, and dismissive attitude toward anyone who didn't fit his image of wealth and privilege. It was mid-afternoon when she entered. The woman, perhaps in her late 60s, walked with a quiet confidence. She was dressed simply a well-pressed blouse, neatly tailored slacks, and sensible shoes. Over her arm hung a modest, worn purse. Her dark skin radiated a natural glow, and her silver hair was elegantly styled. She paused near the handbags, her eyes scanning the display with interest. Jordan noticed her immediately. He exchanged a smirk with a co-worker, muttering under his breath, "Looks like someone wandered in from the wrong part of town." The woman approached a display of handbags, her fingers lightly brushing the edge of one. It was a sleek, leather tote with a gold emblem, a signature piece from the season's collection. "Excuse me," she said softly, addressing Jordan, who stood nearby. "Could you tell me the price of this bag?" Jordan barely concealed his disdain. He crossed his arms and gave her a once-over, his lips curling into a condescending sneer. "That bag? It's $5,000. You're probably better off looking at something in the clearance section." The woman's expression didn't waver. "Thank you," she said, her tone calm. "Could you take it out of the case for me to see?" Jordan's laugh was short and dismissive. "Are you sure? It's not exactly affordable." A few other customers glanced in their direction, sensing the tension. Jordan's coworker nudged him, whispering, "Maybe you should just help her. You never know." But Jordan waved him off. "Trust me, I know." The woman's gaze remained steady. "I'd still like to see it, if you don't mind." Sighing dramatically, Jordan unlocked the case and retrieved the bag, handling it with exaggerated care. He held it out, but didn't bother to step closer. "Here you go. Take a good look." The woman took the bag, inspecting it thoughtfully. She turned it over in her hands, testing the straps and examining the stitching. Jordan shifted impatiently, tapping his foot. After a moment, she looked up. "This is a beautiful bag. I'll take it." Jordan blinked, caught off guard. "You'll take it?" "Yes," she replied simply. "Could you wrap it up for me, please?" Jordan snorted. "Right, sure. Let me just—" He stopped mid-sentence as the woman reached into her purse. What she pulled out left him speechless. From the depths of her modest bag, she produced a sleek black metal credit card, a rare exclusive type reserved for the ultra-wealthy. It gleamed under the boutique's soft lighting, an unmistakable symbol of elite status. But that wasn't all. As she opened her wallet to retrieve the card, a business card slipped out. Jordan caught a glimpse of the name embossed in gold: Marion Bellamy, founder and CEO, Bellamy Enterprises. Jordan's heart sank. Bellamy Enterprises was a renowned conglomerate known for its charitable initiatives and significant contributions to luxury retail that included this very boutique. "Is there a problem?" Marion asked, her voice even but sharp enough to cut through Jordan's rising panic. No, ma'am," he stammered, suddenly deferential. He fumbled to take the card from her, his hands trembling as he processed the transaction. He felt the weight of her gaze, steady and unyielding, as though she could see straight through his facade. By now, the other staff and customers had taken notice. Whispers filled the store as people pieced together what was happening. The woman Jordan had dismissed so readily wasn't just wealthy, she was the owner of one of the most influential companies in the industry. Jordan handed her the receipt and the wrapped bag, his face flushed with embarrassment. I'm so sorry for the misunderstanding earlier, he stammered. I didn't realize. Marian held up a hand, silencing him. Didn't realize what? That I could afford to be here. That I deserved your respect. Jordan opened his mouth to respond, but no words came out. Marian's calm yet commanding presence left no room for excuses. Let me tell you something, she continued, her voice firm but measured. Respect shouldn't be reserved for those you think can benefit you. It's a basic courtesy that everyone deserves, regardless of how they look or what you assume about them. Jordan nodded quickly, his head lowered. He felt the eyes of his co-workers and the customers on him, their judgment heavy in the air. Marian turned to the store manager, who had arrived to see what the commotion was about. I trust you'll be addressing the behavior of your staff, she said, her tone making it clear that this was not a suggestion. The manager nodded vigorously, his face pale. Of course, Mrs. Bellamy. I assure you this will be dealt with immediately. Satisfied, Marian turned back to Jordan. I hope this experience teaches you something. Prejudice, whether it's based on race, appearance, or socioeconomic status, has no place here or anywhere. With that, she turned and walked toward the exit, her new handbag in hand. The store fell silent as she left, her dignity and grace leaving a lasting impression on everyone present. As the door closed behind her, the staff began to murmur. Jordan stood frozen, shame and regret washing over him. He knew his behavior had been not only unprofessional, but deeply wrong. It wasn't just about losing a sale or being reprimanded. It was about realizing how his actions had reflected his character. Outside, Marian paused for a moment, taking a deep breath. The encounter had been unpleasant, but she was no stranger to such treatment. She had spent her life overcoming obstacles and breaking barriers, and she knew that moments like these, though painful, could serve as opportunities for growth for others and for herself. As she walked away, her thoughts turned to the broader mission of her company. Bellamy Enterprises had always been about more than just profit. It was about creating a world where everyone, regardless of their background, could feel valued and respected. Today had been a reminder of why that mission mattered so deeply. Marian's story, like the bag she carried, was a symbol of resilience, strength, and the power of self-worth. She had faced prejudice and disrespect, but she had met it with grace and integrity, leaving behind a lesson that those who witnessed it would not soon forget.